Hello, I am Carissa and this is Carissa's Garden. This is my first video and I decided to start a cut flower garden and I'm super excited, so I thought I would document my journey, including fails and success, so stay tuned if you'd like to see failure. Hopefully not too much. I know that that is how you learn, so I think there will be a little bit of that, but yeah, I'm just excited to see the changes I make. I wish I would have started this sooner because we just moved into this place about a year ago and we did a vegetable garden and flower beds and things like that, and it's just so nice to look back at the photos and see what we've all done. So this is our latest journey and we are starting with seeds. Today we are going to talk about what seeds I ordered for a cut flower garden. So I have plans to sell some bouquets. We'll see how that goes. Maybe a little stand at the bottom of the driveway, and if I make money, great, and if not, I will have fun. I love flowers, I love gardening, I love being outside, so if anything, it'll be a success in that category. Yeah, so I am in Zone 4 in Canada, southern central BC. Gardening's a bit of a challenge in Zone 4, but we can grow most things if we start seeds indoors. Yeah, our growing season is quite short, but it's just another challenge that I'm up for. So I'm gonna go through. I ordered from Floret, which is, it's just like the prettiest website in the world. So yeah, and it's very hard to get seeds from. So it was, I think they open up January 8th it was, but before then I kind of looked on the website and looked at which flowers really caught my eye, and as soon as it was open, I think it was 9 a.m. I was putting things in my cart and things were like selling out, like faster than I could click the button. So it was very exhilarating for my first try. I've definitely started seeds before and grown things indoors, or started plants indoors before, but this was my first experience with Floret and it was very exciting. So once they came in this box, I was just, yeah, like a kid in a candy store. Yeah, so I organized my seeds. So our last frost is usually end of April or beginning of May, but it's our safe date to plant outdoors is usually mid-May. So I kind of categorized these in the time I would plant them indoors. So I'll probably start end of February, most of them, because I know it's not good to start them too early, which surprised me at first when I heard it. But yeah, you want, it's hard to replicate outdoor conditions for these little seedlings, so you know, follow seed packets is what I've heard. Yeah, so most of them I'll be starting end of February, and then some of them it'll be like 4 weeks before planting outside, so that'll be like end of April, mid to end of April. Yeah, so I'll kind of go through and let you know what I ordered. And Floret is beautiful, like their packaging is stunning, but it's just a little artistic drawing on the thing. So I will probably insert a picture if I can do that, and then you can see which beautiful flowers I'm going to attempt to grow. So starting with the longer duration of time these seedlings will need is a lace flower. And I think I have a couple of these. Lace flower, lacy blue, and lacy pink. And these are more of a filler. They won't be like a focal flower, but more of a filler. And they look stunning. And the method to my madness was I kind of ordered what I thought was beautiful, and then some things that I had grown before, but mostly I was looking for easy to grow, like from what I've read of, you know, like the tried and true favorites of what can kind of grow in my zone, and also kind of muted pastel tones. So that was kind of what I was going for, because I know not a lot about bouquet making and I know a little bit about gardening, so combining all of that together, I thought I would give myself the best start possible. So just kind of go for the same color theme and not go too crazy outside of that. So yeah, muted for the most part, and pastels is what I went for. So lacy blue and lacy pink. So they're both very muted. And fillers, like I said. And Snapdragon. This is Sherbert Toned Chantilly Mix, which is like I don't know if that explains it, but sherbet. Beautiful warm colors and a lovely citrus scent. Yeah. Light pink coral, salmon, and apricot. That is just what I would love to see. Light pink coral, salmon, and apricot. Yeah. That is what I really went for as well, because those are just so soothing to the eye for me. I'm not the type of person who wants like a vibrant, you know, almost neon bouquet. So muted is kind of what I'm going for. So yeah. Yarrow, summer berries, and this was a really, really nice find. This can be a perennial. Oh, and this is a perennial. Good, because I know there's sometimes it's an annual and sometimes it's a perennial depending on your zone, but I'm pretty sure yarrow is a perennial in our zone, which, you know, will make my life easier. Plant it once and hopefully it'll just produce a lot over the years. So I'm excited about that. Black-eyed Susan, cherry brandy. I didn't do sunflowers, so this to me is almost like a replacement, even though they're not the same. They're similar, I think. So I got a couple Black-eyed Susans, Denver Daisy, also called Rudbeckia. And I've grown these before, so it's not as scary for me. Some of these I haven't grown, but that one is going to be a little bit less of a challenge because I've done it before, which helps. Foxglove. This is Apricot Beauty, which is a biannual. So that means I'll plant it this year and then most likely I'll get flowers or blooms the year after I plant it. Unless I start super, super early. It looks like if I start it sooner than later, I might get blooms this year. So I'm yet to have decided what I'm going to do with that, but we'll see. It might be a challenge for my first year. We'll see. And then I have Iceland Poppy Sherbert mix, which poppies are so underrated. They are beautiful, beautiful flowers, so simple. But yeah, nobody really talks about the poppy, so I'm excited about that. I have grown this before. Last year I put out some wildflower seeds, and it must have been a native poppy, and I put it out, and I went one day and I was taking a picture of it. It was just a bud, and I was like, oh, the next day it'll probably bloom. By the next day, a deer had eaten it, so that was a little frustrating. We have a lot of deer pressure in our area, and yeah, almost anything they like snacking on, which is unfortunate when you're a gardener and you like pretty things. So for the most part, I have a lot of deer resistant things, but they do get desperate. In the winter, I find they are eating things that they shouldn't be eating, that they normally, when they have a lot of selection to eat, they won't even touch. But yeah, they ate a rhododendron, had to wrap up my yew tree. So yeah, I guess learn as we go along, and winter they're more desperate, but I will be my husband and I will be putting up a deer fence around this cut flower garden because a lot of these are very tasty to them. So it'll be a big job, but it'll be worth it so that they're not eating things that I like. Pincushion flower. This is Fata Morgana. I don't remember this one much. And the picture is artistic, so you can't really see it much, but yeah. Scabiosa is the other name for it. What is this? Buttercream and blush. Ooh, that sounds pretty. Yeah, that's a good one. I also have another pincushion, and this is Salmon Queen. Yeah, that's one of those nice muted colors. Salmon pink hue. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. And then I have stock. I have never grown stock. I don't even know if I've seen this in person before. Probably, but I can't remember. And this is buttercream. Yeah, that'll be pretty. And it is nice because it is more of a linear flower. So yeah, I tried to get a variety instead of, you know, all the typical, I don't know, like you think of a typical flower shape, and it's nice to have a variety, so this will be good for that linear structure. And then we have straw flower, vintage white. I think I have a few straw flowers. Yes, I have 4. Apricot mix, candy pink, silvery rose, and vintage white. I think candy pink was a little bit loud for a color, but a nice variety is always good. And these straw flowers, I believe, are very good at drying. Yes, they will last indefinitely when dried. So I'm excited about that. That's something I haven't really dabbled in. Dried arrangements or even wreaths. I haven't done a lot of that, so I might explore that. If any of these flowers actually bloom for me, we'll see. Bee balm. I have bee balm in my garden. This is Bergamo. This is an annual, but the one I have is a perennial, so it's a different plant, but it's beautiful. And yeah, the bees do love it, so that's always fun to see. But this is definitely like a good filler. When it says the scent of Earl Grey tea, that's going to be fun. Part of gardening is just, exploring new things and just learning as you go, and yeah, finding flowers that you love and others that you could, do without. China Aster. I think I have a few of these. 3 of these. Oh, I'm going to butcher this name. Valkyrie Chamois. Valkyrie Yellow and Moonstone. And the structure of these flowers was very unique in my opinion. So I really thought they were nice, and I think they might be an easier to grow type of flower. I hope. So we'll see. Yeah, but they just, each plant is smothered in at least a dozen stems topped with ruffled blooms. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. Yeah. I would like to grow some perennial asters because they are quite deer resistant in our area. And I drove past them one day, just in a neighborhood, and they were blooming, and it was still like the frost had already come and they were still blooming. Like weeks went on. It was an area that I drive by quite regularly, and they were still blooming, and it had been frosty for days or weeks or something. And it was also a high traffic deer area. So I said, I need those in my garden. So I'm going to put those somewhere else in the garden too. I've got a note. I don't know about you guys, but I have a note of plants that I need for the next growing season. And it grows and grows the more I watch YouTube and see what other gardeners put together. Yeah, so Marigold. This is a plant that I had an idea of, and seeing this on the Flora website just changed my mind about the flower. Because Marigold, I don't know about you guys, but I don't grow it for its beauty. I grow it to put it in the vegetable garden, and apparently it does tricks with bugs, attracts beneficial bugs, or, deters bad bugs, stuff like that. So I pretty much bought it for that, and they were the 6-inch type, bright yellow, almost neon, and not very pleasing to my eye, at least. So I don't enjoy marigolds, but when I saw this on her website, the Flora website, it's the Starfire mix. So these are long stems, which is perfect for cut flowers, and the colors red, orange, and gold, and more muted than your typical marigold that you buy at your garden center. So yeah, I'm really excited for these. And I'm excited that I changed my mind about a flower, giving it another chance. So we'll see, maybe it'll be a new favorite. And the fact that I've grown it before too, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll grow that again. It's a little bit less scary. And if you guys watch other cut flower farmers, you will have heard about zinnia. So there's a YouTuber who's nearby us. You Can't Eat the Grass. Her show is wonderful. And she's so down to earth. They grow vegetables and sell it at farmer's market. And then she all of a sudden started cut flowers, and I don't know, her enthusiasm is contagious, and she loves zinnias. So I was just like, I need to buy all the zinnias. So I have Queen Red Lime, Queen Lime Blush, Benary's Bright Pink, Giant. I said that wrong. Benary's Giant Bright Pink. These are all stunning. Benary's Giant Deep Red. I don't have a lot of red, but this red I had to get. Benary's Giant Lilac, and Lilliput Salmon. Zinnias are beautiful, and apparently they're very easy to grow, and they're cut come again, massive producers. So I'm very excited for zinnias. And I will say also, they're like the poor man's dahlia, because their structure, in my opinion, is so similar to a dahlia, and seeds are so inexpensive to buy. So I thought, yes, give me all the zinnias. Excited about those. And those I think I can start later, 4 to 6 weeks before the last frost. And I could also direct sow a lot of these, including zinnias, I think, because they're such a quick, days to maturity is 75 to 90 days, which would give me enough time in our zone. So yeah, I'm sure that will give me some blooms. Semi-confident that it'll give me some blooms. Out of all these packets, I think I have 35 packets. I'm bound to get some blooms, right? Calendula is similar to marigold, whereas I thought it was a vegetable garden companion plant, but I was proven wrong from Floret, because these are just, yeah, Ivory Princess. It's a tall showstopper with giant flowers. Buttercream petals. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. It's not just a companion plant, it can be a cut flower as well. And yeah, again, for the fact that I've grown this before and I know how to grow this and I know the conditions in our area are good for this flower, takes a little bit of the scare away. And then I have some California poppies. I have Thai Silk Pink Champagne and Thai Silk Apple Blossom Chiffon. I love poppies. Like I said before, they're beautiful. And these ones are different than the Iceland poppies. They don't need as much time indoors to grow. Or they can be direct sowed as well. So yeah, they're beautiful. And more of a simple structure. You know, zinnias are quite busy with all the ruffles and the petals, whereas, you know, poppy's a little bit simple. And same with cosmos. I would say they were a more simple structure also. So the last three I have are cosmos, and the Valouette maybe, Psych White, and Cupcake Blush. What is Valouette? Let me read this. Deep mahogany flowers. Okay, there you go. I have more than a couple reds. Yeah, they just, yeah. The pictures just sell you. I don't know if you guys are the same, but yeah, once you see a beautiful flower, it's just like, yes, get it. And like I said, buying from Floret for the first time was such a quick experience, right? Like as you're clicking, there was even a calendula that I missed out on. It was, I don't know if it was called Harvest something, but it was stunning. And yeah, it was sold out by the time I was ready to check out. So maybe next year, we'll see. So anyway, those are my seeds, and I plan to start, you know, the seed trays soon and get those going in the next few weeks maybe. So stick around if you want to see that. I think I will do some winter sowing though. That's a new method I haven't tried yet, but it looks like it's a pretty convenient way to do it. So I'm gonna try my hand at winter sowing, so stick around if you want to see that coming up. What else did I do? I did order some dahlias. I've grown them before and they are just a workhorse. You just make sure that they're happy and they have water and lots of sun, and they just produce tons of beautiful blooms. So I ordered some Dahlia Tubers. In Canada we have a bit of a more limited shopping available to us. So Breck's Bulbs is one that I used. I think it was called the Rembrandt Dahlia, and they were different colors for sure. So yeah, we'll see how much I'll be able to use. Hopefully I made some good choices with my color selection. And then Costco also sells online dahlias, and those were a bit more muted, I believe. And then some peonies too, because I do have peonies in our garden right now, but you can always have more. So I did that, and yeah, maybe I'll order some roses, some maybe David Austin roses. I don't know. This is all new to me, and yeah, we are planning on kind of carving out an area to do this garden. So we're on an acreage, and the lower portion of our acreage is where we get a lot of sun, and it's not flat, but it's a bit of a cleared area. Our property is definitely a hill, so we're gonna work the ground and maybe build some terraced areas for this. But yeah, there's definitely gonna need to be a lot of work involved, so I will take you along and you will see, like I said, hopefully a little bit of failure, not a lot, and a lot of success, a lot of pretty flowers along the way. And yeah, thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed that.